What's going on, new gamers? Today we're going to be jumping into a little bit more Marvel Midnight Suns. What we bring you is what I believe are the best legendary cards in the game. So if you want to know what some of the most powerful cards in the game are and which ones you should be aiming for, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be looking at Marvel Midnight Suns and seeing what some of the most powerful legendary cards in the game are. Now as always, if this helps you out, a like would be super appreciated, and if you'd like to become a member of the channel for all the latest gaming content, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for now we're going to be looking at the best legendary cards you can get your hands on and why they stand out and are slightly above the rest. So jumping straight in at number 5, and we have Ghost Riders. Ghost Rider has Penance Stare. This is bar none the most devastating single target move in the game, and I've seen it hit upwards of 5,000 on my first playthrough. If you want something absolutely devastated and you need a single target nuked, this is going to be the card for you. It's based off of Ghost Rider's health, and Ghost Rider is a little bit of a tricky character to use, as in some situations he can be a bit glass cannon. But the damage potential on this is absolutely amazing. It makes it the best card in the game for absolutely devastating those bosses or high health targets. So if you're a fan of big numbers and want to be able to one-shot some of the toughest bosses in the game, then this is going to be the hero you want to use and the card you want to bring to the fight. Jumping in at number 4, and we have one that I think is actually quite underrated, and I myself actually only started realising how good this one actually is, and that's Spider-Man's Infernal Spider. Costing just 3 heroism, it is far from expensive, and the fact that it gives you 3 of his own cards free whilst drawing another means that if you set this up properly, Spider-Man can absolutely decimate an entire area. He already has the best environmental attacks in the game. Now you'll be able to enhance this with cards for free. A lot of his cards also have extra moves on them, meaning you're going to move around the field, you're going to use a lot of environmental objects, you're going to be able to buff yourself, you're going to be able to apply a lot of damage, and of course if you can apply an item to him as well, you can in fact apply bleed or quite a few other statuses on the enemies as you go. If you like having a lot of card plays and being able to do a lot with one character, this is definitely the card for you, as it allows Spider-Man to have a lot of free roam upon its use. It also means you don't really have to worry about modifying any of his cards to free, and one of his cards that is already free gives him strengthen straight away, so try to use this before you pop that Infernal Spider, and you're going to have a lot of fun and do a lot of damage to your enemies this round. Coming in at number 3, and we have Magic's legendary, and that's going to be Darkchild. This is just such a good card. If you're after out and out damage, this is not going to be the card for you, but if you're after a card that just makes life a whole bunch easier, then the legendary Darkchild is probably going to be the one you're after. This not only allows Illyana to get a counter attack, it also taunts every enemy on the map, and it makes her completely invulnerable. So she's going to dish out a bit of damage, have everyone attack her, which is very good for grouping people up, especially if you're going to be following up with a big hit afterwards. And like I said, she's invulnerable throughout the whole thing, meaning that she's not going to take an ounce of damage. The only drawback to this card, if a character is able to stun her, then she's not going to counter them and you won't get that extra damage. But if you positively want to hold the aggro of everything on the map, then this is the card for you. Also, using this hand in hand with the combat item Evil Eye Totem means that she will mark everything on the map. So once it's your next turn, every time you defeat an enemy, it's not going to cost you a card play, which in my opinion is pretty overpowered. Coming in at number 2, this is my go-to card, and it's going to be for a Hunter. The Hunter is the best character in the game because you can do so much with him. He has more cards than any other, and this one right here, Annihilation, stands above the rest in my eyes, especially for damage. This is going to consume all heroism to damage each enemy in an area. Once it's upgraded, it's going to do even more damage, and each point of heroism means that this is going to be boosted again, seeing it hit upwards of 1.5k damage and a big old area effect. If you positively want everything in a certain area devastated, and because it's Hunter there's a ways around exhaust and things such as that, so you can use it again, then this is going to be the card for you. Coming in at our top spot at number 1, if you positively want every single thing on the map cleared and you want to look good whilst you do it, then Hulk with his World Breaker is going to be the way forward. This card applies damage and forcible knockback to every enemy on the map, and gives you 1 rage for each KO. It does obviously suffer from exhaust like a lot of the legendary cards, but once you've used this it's not going to matter. You're going to try and upgrade his damage first, get this off, and it is going to be a lot of fun to watch, as it clears all of the small adds, all of the medium, and can also decimate some of the biggest enemies on the board if you set it up right. Bar none in my opinion, Worldbreaker is the most powerful legendary card in the game, and once again Hulk proves that he is the strongest that there is. Right you gamers, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, maybe it's given you a little bit of food for thought, and hopefully you've seen a card that you enjoy the looks of. But as always, for all the latest gaming content, take care, I'll see you on the next day.